There's a quiet moment late at night when the world falls nearly silent. The lights are low, the day's noise fading away. You're nestled in bed, wrapped in the gentle weight of your blankets, your body heavy with honest fatigue. Your eyes grow sleepy, and your muscles release the last bits of tension they were holding. Everything in you seems ready to surrender for the night. In this moment, nothing else is expected of you. Each slow breath feels like an invitation to drift off. And yet, just as sleep seems ready to carry you away, you sense a small flicker inside, a subtle wakefulness, a tiny part of you that stays alert while the rest of you longs to rest. It's as if your mind hasn't gotten the same memo as your body. You lie there, suspended between waking and sleeping, not fully awake, not quite asleep, hovering in that fragile in-between. If you recognize this feeling, it's important to know there's nothing wrong with you. This isn't a random failure or a personal weakness. You aren't doing anything wrong, and you aren't broken. You're not failing at sleep. In fact, you're far from alone in this. Countless others lie awake in their own quiet bedrooms each night, minds gently reviewing the day just like yours. What you're experiencing has a pattern, a reason. It's rarely talked about in a way that feels comforting, but it can be understood. You've probably heard plenty of sleep advice. Stick to a routine, avoid screens before bed, keep the room cool and dark, do some deep breathing. Those things can help relax your body and set the stage for sleep. But if you have an anxious mind, you might find that even when you follow all the advice, you still end up lying awake. That's because while these tips help your body unwind, they often don't quiet the part of you that's still wide awake, your busy mind. You might wonder why, after all this effort, sleep still eludes you. The truth is, your mind doesn't power down as easily as your body. Your body might be ready for sleep, but your mind isn't done yet. During the day, your mind is constantly reacting and responding to messages, conversations, decisions, little problems. The day moves so fast that there's rarely a moment to fully process every thought or feeling. All those unprocessed bits quietly pile up in the background of your mind. You unconsciously label many of them, "I'll deal with this later," and then rush on to what's next. But when night comes and the world finally goes quiet, your mind switches roles. It stops reacting to new things and starts reviewing the ones you set aside. In the peaceful darkness, it's as if your mind says, "Now, let's see what we put off for later."
To settle. Your mind doesn't like open loops, so in the silence, it tugs at them, trying to tie each one off so you can rest. A conversation that didn't end the way you hoped might float back up, or a task you left unfinished resurfaces in your thoughts. In the calm of night, all those later thoughts tiptoe back, gently asking, "Can we sort this out now?" Physically exhausted, but mentally wide awake, it's a perplexing contradiction. The room is silent and the night is calm, yet inside, your mind is still buzzing. In moments like this, you might feel like you're the only person awake in the world. Thoughts seem to line up one by one, each quietly asking for your attention. What about this? Are we done with that yet? They don't flood in all at once. They just keep coming, patiently waiting to be acknowledged. You glance at the clock and see how late it's gotten. A wave of urgency hits as you realize how much of the night has slipped away. You start calculating how many hours you have left if you could just fall asleep now. And the later it gets, the more pressure you feel to make sleep happen. You shift around in bed, fluffing your pillow or adjusting the blanket, searching for any position that might lure sleep back. You even take slow, deliberate breaths, telling yourself to relax. But sleep isn't a switch you can flip on. It doesn't respond to effort. In fact, the more you chase it, the further away it seems to get. When you try to force sleep or start worrying about being awake, your body quietly senses that something isn't right. To that ancient part of your brain, any hint of urgency in the dark feels like an alarm. Each time you check the clock or toss and turn, your body gets a subtle message to stay alert. Your heart beats a little faster, your muscles tense up, and any trace of drowsiness slips away. Without realizing it, you've signaled to your body that it isn't safe to let go. You're still exhausted, but now that exhaustion is tangled up with tension. Some nights, the thoughts keeping you awake are big and obvious, unfinished tasks, a looming decision. You tell yourself it can wait till morning, but your mind keeps nagging. Don't forget, we still have to deal with that. To your deeper brain, anything unfinished feels important, maybe even unsafe to ignore. That's why the reminders keep coming, even when you want them to stop.
Other nights, it's the little things. Maybe a passing comment you wouldn't think twice about in the day, or a tiny mistake you made. In the silence of night, even trivial moments can loom loud. Your mind grabs on to the smallest loose thread and worries it, trying to tie it off. And the more you want to sleep, the more awake you feel. It's a frustrating paradox. The harder you chase sleep, the further away it seems. This is the pressure loop. You want to rest, but trying to force it only makes you more alert. You might even think, why can't I just sleep? What's wrong with me? But nothing is wrong with you. Your mind isn't working against you, it's simply reacting in a human way to stress. Here's something that often goes unsaid. Your mind isn't trying to hurt you by staying awake. It's actually trying to protect you. It's following some very old instructions. In ancient times, darkness brought real dangers, and staying alert at night often meant survival. That vigilance became wired into us across countless generations. Of course, now you're not guarding against wild animals in the dark, but that primal part of your brain doesn't know the difference between a physical threat and an emotional worry. To it, stress is stress, and danger is danger. So if you go to bed with unresolved worries, that ancient instinct hears echoes of those old dangers. A part of you stands guard, alert and ready just in case. Not because you want to, but because that deep part truly believes it's the safe thing to do. It means well, but it doesn't realize that what once kept you safe is now keeping you awake. This is why you can't force sleep. Trying too hard often backfires. Real rest isn't about willpower, it comes from feeling safe. That watchful inner part of you won't release its grip until it believes you are safe. The key isn't pushing more, but gently assuring yourself that you are okay. When you finally do feel safe, your body responds. Your muscles release the remaining tension, and your breathing naturally slows. You might even let out a quiet sigh as relief washes over you. As your body relaxes, your mind unwinds too. It stops scanning for problems and replaying the day.
it finally stands down, not because you forced it, but because it feels safe at last. And in that moment, sleep drifts in on its own. Some find that a little extra support at night can help. Nothing extreme, nothing with big promises, just something subtle to make the darkness feel a bit safer. I've left one quiet suggestion in the description if you're curious. Not a fix, just a gentle support. If any of this feels familiar, remember there's nothing you need to force right now. There's no problem to solve, no sleep to chase. Give yourself permission to just be here. Let go of any effort and simply notice the moment. Notice the gentle darkness in the room. Notice how heavy your body feels, fully supported by the bed, the mattress beneath you, the pillow cradling your head, the blanket resting over you. Listen to your breathing, steady and quiet. Right now, in this little pocket of night, you are safe. If you're listening late at night, you might be near that moment we talked about at the start. The day is over, your body is tired, and your mind might still be gently active, and that's okay. Remember, nothing is wrong with you. Sometimes, just knowing why your mind is alert can ease the pressure. Understanding what's happening makes it feel less intimidating and more just a part of being human. If you'd like to continue, the previous video explores the night routine that calms a stressed brain. And when you're ready, the next video looks at why your brain feels alert when your body is exhausted. But for now, there's nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else is required of you. Just this moment, this quiet, this tired body. You are here, and that is enough.